That was abrupt cut off. Sorry about that, guys. Well, welcome back. Welcome. Happy Monday. Welcome back to our live stream here on Twitch. I'm your humble host, Fan Freak, aka Moist Master Flex, out here in LA. Right before the mic drop, dude. I know it was very dramatic or anticlimactic, however you wanna visualize that. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Monday. Good start to your week. Good MLK Junior Day. Yeah, I hope you guys had a good weekend too. Yeah, just my normal spiel here before we get started. Just make sure to give me a follow on all the things. SoundClouds. What's up, Palisades? What's up, Micah? Instagrams, Twitters, Spotify's, all that good stuff. Go follow me on all that shit. I'm actually almost at 4K followers on SoundCloud. So if you guys aren't following me yet, please go do that. Grinder too, yes, especially Grinder. And go check out these tunes if you haven't yet. Dance with the Devil, Hype One, Hollow Freaks. That was our yes, and OnlyFans as well. Hollow Freaks, that was our Halloween compilation. Coldest, Who's Ready, that was me and Eric Mark. In the Mood on Space Yacht. Bubblegum, which just came out a week ago. Yeah, a week and a half. Yeah. Losing track of time here. And then Gonna Do. That's the homie. Oh, I didn't put a fucking link in there. God damn, dude. That's my bad. Sorry, Foxed. Young Foxed. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Oh, widgets. All right, I'll do that in a little bit. Let's get moving here. But yeah, go. If you haven't yet, go check out these tunes. We have Gonna Do that's coming out this Friday from the homie Foxed on Thick Freakness. Really thick bass house tune. And then I actually got another one for myself coming out first or second week of February. I want to say second week. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. And then we have a couple cool compilations coming up in March and April. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. And then got 2 shows coming up. Yeah, unaffected actually. Thankfully, I live close to downtown, which is like 15 miles east of the Palisades fire, and then like 15 miles south of the Altadena fire. So I didn't have to evacuate at all. I'm like close to downtown. I'm not affected at all. Thankfully, it's just bad air quality from time to time, but nothing bad. So yeah, thankful for that. We got these 2 warehouse parties coming up. February 8th. This one I'm actually not playing, but it's still with the label, so I'm gonna still be there. That's Broshi, Choli, Dutch Dennis, Foxed, and Lady Meow. No, actually, Dread's not gonna be at the Duck Plate show. That's what I was gonna say right now. So the reason why I'm not playing this February 8th show is because I'm playing the 28th, which is a collab between Duck Plates and Thick Freakness. We have Mnemonic, we have Chuck Shadow, we have myself and Tones, and then we have a special secret surprise headliner that we can't announce. But yeah, that's going to be a dope show. Definitely looking forward to that one. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have any other shows booked right now. I have like stuff that like I'm working on, but nothing that's really like set in stone. But yeah, lots of cool stuff coming up. And if you need earplugs, go get some Eargasms. Definitely recommend those earplugs. They are lifesavers. All right. Yeah, here's the label page. 2645. Label page is actually doing pretty well. And then I'm coming up on 4K here. So if, yeah, I just need 6 more followers to hit 4K. Almost there. All right. Anywho. So this first submission was from Lex Back. But the link was broken. Yeah, man, especially in LA, there's a fuck ton of them actually. I get text messages every Friday, Saturday night for like 4 or 5 different warehouses. There's underwear, there's Lick and Dip, there's Sextasy, there's Framed, Sound Factory, those are just the ones off the top of my head too. There's Blind Tiger, After Midnight, and there's tons more. There's fucking tons more. On any given Thursday through Sunday, you can find an After Hours in LA, which is really cool. Sound Factory's been going on forever. Actually, I don't know, man. It seems to me like a lot of these places have just like randomly sprouted up, especially after COVID. You've seen like this massive resurgence in like the underground scene in LA, which is really fucking cool to see. What's up, Young Gus? It's really cool to see in LA because most if not all of the clubs in LA are basically a monopoly with Insomniac. So Insomniac has like a stranglehold on most of the, electronic music scene here in LA. So having the After Hours and all these underground stuff is really it's really good. It's really good for the culture, I think, because, otherwise there wouldn't really be anything else, other than just Insomniac parties. I think the only other major club that's not Insomniac owned is Sound Nightclub, which to me is the best club in LA, by far. But any hoops. All right, let's keep moving here. I'm gonna stop yapping. Cabo Cana. Cabo Cana, are you here in the chat? Cabo Cana. All right, I guess not. So we're gonna throw you to the back of the line. We got Drew Do. Drew Do. Oh, Drew Do's here. Okay, cool. Desmoda. Let's see. Desmoda. I don't see you, Desmoda. Misguided, your link is broken. Desmoda. I don't see you, Desmoda. Bum. Let me double check maybe I just missed it. You said you sent it this morning? 9 a.m. your time. So the earliest submission I have today is actually from Drew Do. He sent it at 9:31 a.m. So that would have been what, like 10 a.m.? Mjausenberg? Yeah, I think I got yours. Yeah, it's right here. But yeah, Misguided, you need to resubmit yours. And then Desmoda, I don't see yours actually. 10. Yeah, because I got Gus at 10:49 a.m. and I got Mjausenberg at 9:37 a.m. So yours must have not gone through. It would have been 7 my time. Bing bong. 7 my time. So yeah, this morning Drudu was the first one to submit. That's what I'm seeing here. Oh shit. Sorry. Okay. I got it. I got it. All right. In the meantime, let's start with Drudu while I grab your tune, Desmoda. This is the music they played in the background at Diddy's parties. That's fucking hilarious, dude. Um, yeah, this is fucking sick. Have you sent this one in before, or is this a brand new one? Because I feel like I've heard the title Crimson Lights before. Maybe I'm just fucking tripping, dude. Either way, this is fucking sick. Excuse me. Really nice intro. Actually, I misguided to the same thing. Really nice intro. Yeah, this is cool. Nasty mid tempo. This is the music they played in the background. Oh man. Yeah, really nice intro. Love the sound selection. Really cool background vocals. Gives us a nice little like environment. Really moody. Almost kind of like cinematic too. The whole intro is kind of like cinematic. It feels like you're kind of like in a movie. Actually, that's kind of what I wrote here. Is I said specifically when these pads come in at the second half of the drop, kind of makes me feel like John Wick. Like we're in a John Wick movie, which is very high praise. I love John Wick. Um, Kind of Res esque. Yes, mid tempo. It's definitely Res esque. I fixed a bunch of stuff on it. I could have sent an older version. Yeah, maybe. Super fat drop. Really nice variations. Um, yeah, I definitely like a lot of the sound design and sound selection. The mid bass and the sub are fucking fat. Um, and definitely in a good way. I could definitely hear this being played on a big system. It would actually be really cool to hear this on like an actual system. Super solid arrangements. I love all the energy, especially in the breaks and builds. You know, you do a good job of keeping everything flowing really well. Um, a lot of that push pull dynamic, which is really nice. Really moody. Second drop again is very fat. You do this little fake drop thing on the second drop, which is kind of what I expected. And you know, when it paid off, I was like, okay, hell yeah, sick. And again, really nice variations on the second drop. It definitely felt like this. This is basically to me. This sounds like it's fucking done. Um, it really doesn't need anything else. Um, it doesn't even necessarily need like a really prominent vocal hook, because I feel like a lot of like mid tempo doesn't really. It's really not what the main. I mean, you can use like really strong vocal hooks in mid tempo, but I don't think it's always necessary. I think it kind of like is like standalone, and a lot of like the background vocals that you're using here, again, make it feel very cinematic. So I kind of feel like this already kind of tells a story that you don't necessarily need a vocal for. Yeah, honestly, my only feedback is I feel like this is good to go. I think it's ready to ship out. Whether that be shipping it out to labels or releasing it yourself, I think it's good to go. Really dope stuff here, Drew Do. Super solid tune. Button her up. She's ready for the ball. Hell yeah. Good job, Drew Do. All right. Up next, we got Meowsenberg. And I just saw Meowsenberg in the chat, so I don't need to get to confirmation. Nice. Nice one. Let's see what we got here in the chat. Nice. Oof, that fill. Nice build. Ooh, the breakbeat. This is like base house for afters. This is cool. I already feel bad because my song the longest. Whoa, this bops. Great stuff, mate. Yeah, dude, this is really dope. I'm really digging the drums are obviously like a mainstay here. I agree, they're very crispy, very clean. Really nice groove, really nice arrangement overall. It definitely has space for a vocal hook. Obviously, this is a work in progress. Dang, one from 1 year ago. So you just had this tune sitting there. Wow. I would definitely say finish this one. I mean, if it's been sitting there for a year, you probably have learned a lot in that 12 months, where you can kind of come back to this and like spruce it up and kind of like make it even better. But I think it's, as a foundation of a track, it's already very, very strong. Pretty much all it really needs is a strong vocal hook to keep it kind of moving forward. Yeah. I agree. Very nice build on this. I love the drop. The bass line's super groovy. I absolutely love the fills. Both the bass fills as well as the drum fills. Both really fucking sick. Something that definitely stood out to me. Oof. Oof. That sound reminds me of Phlegmatic Dogs a little bit. It definitely gives me that Phlegmatic Dogs vibe. Yes, definitely look into vocals. I think that's basically the only thing that this track is missing. And secondly, I think the other piece of feedback is that the first drop is kind of too short. It's only about 16 bars. I would lengthen it out at least to 24, if you can, to 32, because I feel like it definitely has, you can definitely want to make it kind of ride out a little bit longer, because it definitely sounds like more of like a club tune. So like the very short drops will kind of throw people off, I think. So you kind of just have to let the beat breathe, the beat and the groove kind of breathe out a little bit more. So I think another 8 to 16 bars would be perfect. Oh, they are a reference. Nice. Phlegmatic Dogs, dude. Fucking legends. Yeah, first drop could be a little bit longer. Overall, really nice sound selection. I'm liking the second break and build here. And the second drop. Actually, the funny thing is like the second drop is actually longer than the first one. So I think the second drop is like the perfect length. So yeah, just get the first drop up to the same length as the second drop, and I think you're Gucci. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, you just need a strong vocal hook and make the first drop a little bit longer. I think this track is going to be even better. It's already sounding good so far. Hell yeah, Meowsenberg. Good job on this tune. All right, and per request, we're gonna read off the queue right now. And just FYI, we only are going over people's music who are in the chat. So if you're not in the chat, your tune is gonna get punched to the back of the line. You can also skip the line if you use your channel points. I don't know how many channel points it is. I think it's like 1,000. 1,000 channel points to skip the line, or you can send monies at the bottom left there on Venmo or Cash App or what have you. $5 is usually like the minimum, but you can send whatever you want. Up to you. Totally up to you. All right. We got Young Gus Crossfades next. We got PLO. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. We got Giorgio. We got Palisades. We got Fancy K. We got Doshi. We got Micah. We got Azer. We got, oh yeah, Misguided. This one's broken. Fozzy. Malkiam. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Oh, A sheep, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, your tune is here. Cabo Kana was not here, so we're gonna throw him to the back again. Misguided, Desmoda, Misguided, and New Life. Okay. And just like I said, if someone's not here, you know, they're gonna get pushed to the back of the line, so this line might go really, really quick. Just FY Izzle. So don't be discouraged if your tune is very far in the back of the line. It might go very, very quick. All right, let's do it. Let me refresh. Hopefully it still works. Nice one, bruv. Super sick. All right, let's see what the chat has to say. This is dope. Yo, I'm a sucker for good bait. Master of it. Haha. Nice one. Great groove. Thank you, homie. Dope synth. Shit hit hard. Dick, 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 dick. Is what I'm hearing. Kind of stagnant with this arrangement, but I really like the groove. Probably better in a live set. Slow start, but great finish. Hell yeah. I kind of do agree with that. Super solid groove, but I think the bass line does get a little bit stagnant, only because like it's very consistent. So I think all it needs, if it had a little bit of movement, and I mean movement as far as like movement as far as the notes. So dun 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 dun, because it feels like it's just playing the same note. Dun 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 dun. I feel like if you just like went up like a half step every dun 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 dun, you know, every like at the end of a phrase, you know, just like throw it up a half step or something. Kind of just to give it a little bit, just like a little bit of movement. It doesn't need a whole lot, just like a little bit of variation, because otherwise it gets like it just feels like it's just like staying here the whole time. Um, but yeah, let me go into my notes here. Solid drums and kick per usual. Really, that's always like your bread and butter. It's something you always do really really well. Really nice bass line. It's super groovy. I actually like the sound design of it, the sound that you picked for it. Super cool pre-drop vocal. Obviously this is a remix, so I've never heard the original, but this is a really cool vocal that you're using here. It's very minimal, um, but very effective. But the only thing is, I would have liked to have heard it teased a little bit sooner. Maybe that's just me. I think that's also part of this style too. It's basically not. It's not. It's definitely more minimal in nature. So there's not a whole lot of vocal phrasing per se. It's a very. It's just like a very simple, simple vocal. Um, but yeah, I would have liked it to be teased a little bit sooner. But that's just me. The drop is really cool. Really cool ear candy. I like that synth that comes in on the second half. My only issue with it is that like maybe after the first 8 bars, it stays kind of stagnant, so it doesn't really change. I think when it first comes in, there's modulation. There's an LFO change, LFO speed change, as well as a little bit of pitch modulation. So it kind of feels like it's like going up and then faster. Um, so you kind of need to keep that kind of consistent. Either do some sort of other modulation. In the second half of that drop. So the first 8 bars, it looks like it's like modulating up, and then the second 8, it's kind of just like staying stagnant. So something else needs to be happening there, I think. Just something. Yeah, and then I've already put here. Same thing goes for the bass line. Would kind of needs a little bit more variation. At some points, it gets a bit stagnant. The arrangement's super solid here. I like the sound selection, and I love that the second drop changes. It has like a nice variation to it, so it doesn't sound like it's really like coffee pasta. But that's really the main thing here. Just some more variation on that bass line and some more variation on that synth in there. I think that's primarily all it needs. And maybe introduce the vocal a little bit sooner. Tease it in, you know? But yeah, super dope tune. Super groovy. Good job. Crossfades. Young Gus. All right, do we got Pilo? No problem, dude. No problem, Bob. Do we got Pilo in the chat? Going once. Going twice. Oh, you skipped? Well, well, well. We got to skip. Oh. Let me see. Did I just miss it? Boop-a-boop-a-boop. Down. Where is it? Oh, Cash App. Oh. Oh, indeed you did. Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Sick. Dude, I love me some drum and bass, man. It's the bee's knees. All right. What's the chat have to say? Love some DMB. Synth pad is pretty loud in the drop. Pushing that to the back could give more space and impact. That's something I'm going to address, actually. I don't know drum and bass, but I'm not getting much of a kick. Yeah, I agree. The kick definitely needs to punch through more. Desmoda says that was cool. Cool idea for real. Need some mixing. All right. Let's get into my notes here. Nice intro. Really cool panning. Kind of right out the gate. You did some like really cool really cool artistic choices here. Putting like panning off this stuff in the intro. Really cool. Really nice snare. The snare is actually at a really good level. Punches through. It's definitely what you want from drum and bass. But again, I agree with Desmoda. The kick needs to punch through more as well. Solid low end. Could definitely use a vocal in here. I was going to say, I think the biggest thing that needs to be fixed here is that the drop section doesn't really feel like a drop section. And I think it's primarily because of those pads. Those pads, although it's a really nice melody and a really cool sound, it doesn't feel like it fits the drop. It feels more like a element that you would have to put in a transitional section going from the drop to the break, or just a sound that you want to keep in the break. Because it's a lot more moody, a lot more kind of like calm. I think the focus here, especially for a drum and bass drop, should be the mid basses. And you have some really fucking cool mid basses. So I think the pads kind of take away from a lot of like the really cool sound design. So I think if you want to maintain like a really strong drop, you need to focus in on the sound design of those mid basses. And you can keep that melody, that dun dun, that same like kind of like pad melody, but incorporate that into the mid basses. So you're getting that, you know, that same energy, and keeping the continuity of that melody. So you're keeping the melodic idea, but making it more energetic with a lot of the mid bass sounds. Because I think that's primarily what this style of drum and bass kind of calls for. So I do love that melody. I do love that pad, but I think it just needs to be kind of utilized more in the break sections. And I noticed it particularly going in from this first break into this kind of drop section. See, the thing is, like, it feels like it's kind of like forever building, you know, it's building up, but there's not really like a payoff, essentially. So yeah, that's what we need here, is a resolution to the idea. Yeah. Yeah, we need the release. But yeah, like I said, a lot of the bassline sounds are fucking sick. So I would say keep the focus on those, keep the energy on that, and I think that's where this track will definitely take off. Really cool sound design and sound selection. Other than that, I think the arrangement's very solid. Primary focus, like I said, if you can get a vocal in here, that would make this even better as well. But the primary focus and the drop should definitely be the mid basses, and keep the pads kind of into the break and build sections. But yeah, I think this is actually a really good spot at the end when you bring that pad in. I think it's a really good spot at this last section. Like right there, and then like I said, in the break sections. Hell yeah, good job, Misguided. Super dope tune, dude. Like you're just like a fucking really dynamic producer. You've been sending like all sorts of stuff, like trip hop and fucking drum and bass, and I don't even know, man. All over the place, but it's really fucking cool. All right. We got Giorgio. Is Giorgio in the chat? You got a breakbeat in the works too, man. I'm a fucking sucker for breakbeats, man. Love me some breakbeat. All right. We got Giorgio in the chat. Going once, going twice. All right, to the back of the line. Do we got Palisades here? I saw Palisades earlier. I'm going to rattle everybody off again. Palisades, Fancy K, Doshi, Micah, Azer, Fozzie, Malkiam, Sheep, Desmoda, New Life. Palisades. I saw Palisades earlier. All right, there we go. Palisades is here. Let's do it.
Finally frozen, no more emotion. Started escaping, now everything's numb. Go in the deep end, I'm stuck and I can't swim. Just so out of breath, I know I don't have long. Yeah, this is way too much stress. Yeah, this is way too much stress. I'm done explaining my pain, this is way too much. I wanna feel
shit. I was not expecting 4 drops, but yeah, it's really cool. There's a lot of like really cool stuff going on in here. Definitely creative. Insane drops. That fake out riser got me. Last 2 drops are the most epic ones. Got to layer them in order of epicness. A lot of creativity in this. Flow was a bit unexpected. I do agree about the flow being a little bit. Yeah. I like that. I like music that keeps my ears on their toes. This track absolutely does keep you on your toes. But that's a very cool. God damn it. God dag nabbit. Any hoops. Yeah, really cool vocal. Obviously this is a remix. It almost feels like emo screamo. But yeah, I mean the vocal, vocal processing and the actual vocal delivery is very well done. I do think that the mix is very imbalanced here though, because the vocal gets lost in almost every single one of your builds. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on in the build sections, so I think you need to kind of account for that. Because I basically don't understand a word of what's going on in the build sections when the vocal is playing, along with a lot of the other kind of build elements. So, mix wise, you can kind of, I mean, this is something I've kind of harped on before, but you can fix that with a nice little dynamic EQ, Pro Q3, FabFilter Pro Q3, do a little bit of a vocal sidechain. Yeah, that's the thing about dubstep is that it's a lot of like really cool sound design, but mixing is like a whole other beast in itself for this style because there's a lot of stuff going on. I was also gonna say that the intro feels a little bit vocal heavy, so it's hard to follow the vocals and the rhythm of the vocals with all this other with a lot of the other stuff that's going on. So I think the vocal just maybe needs to be simplified a little bit more so that it's a lot easier to kind of flow and follow, especially in that intro. I put here the mix needs a bit of balancing. I think especially for the first 2 drops, the first 2 drops is more apparent than the last 2 drops. The last 2 drops actually sounded a lot more clean, but I think it's probably because they're a little bit more minimal in sound design. The first 2 drops have a lot more going on for them. I think the mid basses take up a lot of that high end, and I can see it here. You can just look at the mini meters as I play this first drop. You can kind of see the mix is a little bit imbalanced. Pretty much the whole top end is basically taken over by the mid basses. So yeah, we need a little bit of more balancing of your elements. The sub almost feels like it's non-existent. I mean, obviously there's a sub there. I can feel it, but I feel like the sub is kind of being pushed aside by the mid bass. So we need more sub and a little bit less mid bass is what I'm getting at. First drop and second drop are cool. I love the sound design. I noted here in the second drop, the mid basses kind of drown out a lot of the ear candy stuff because I heard some other stuff going on in the background. Oh, okay. Wait, did Palisades, did you get an ad too? Okay, then we're good. I'm just gonna keep going then. So yeah, second drop. The mid bass kind of drowns out some of the ear candy stuff, and I heard a lot of like really cool other stuff that's going on in the background. So yeah. Again, just kind of just be mindful of the mix and kind of setting aside space for some of your other elements. The second drop also feels a little bit short to me. I felt like it was only like a quick like 8 bars. I would consider extending it maybe another 8, just to keep the groove going. Proxima, I did get your tune. No worries. Bing Bong, Proxima, and Opal, Opale, Hamburger Helper. All right. Yeah, second drop could be a little bit longer. Yeah, I put here third drop feels more coherent, and I think it's because the minimal sound design. I do love the third and fourth drops. And I do agree, actually. It's kind of cool how that kind of progresses over the entirety of the track. This is a lot longer of a dubstep track than normal. Most dubstep tracks feel like they're only like maybe like three minutes at most, 3 to 3.5 minutes. But yeah, this is a pretty long track. But I mean, I'm not mad about it though, because there's definitely like variations and change ups. So it doesn't get boring in the least bit. I will say that. Bing Bong. The transition from the second drop to the third drop needs to flow a bit better. This little kind of pause break feels a little bit off. So we need a little bit more of a finesse here. A little bit more of a flow. I don't know. It feels kind of just like awkward, and kind of throws you off the flow of the track. So I think it just needs to kind of just be finessed a little bit better, kind of get you flowing a little bit better there. That is about all I have. So yeah, just kind of quick sum up. The vocal needs to kind of stand out a little bit more, especially in the build sections. The mix needs to kind of be balanced out a little bit more, especially with the lows and the mid basses. And that second drop could be a little bit longer, I think. Another 8 bars. Yeah, that's primarily what I got for you. But overall, this is a very dope tune. I think there's a lot of like really cool sound design, lots of energy here. Very, very well done. Good job, Palisades. Thick tune. All right. I'm gonna rattle off some names here. Let me make sure I got everybody in here. These guys aren't here. Okay. Fancy K, Doshi, Micah, Azer, Fozzy, Malkiam, Sheep, Desmoda, New Life, Proxima, Opal. All right. Whoops. What the fuck did I just do? Oh, man. Fucked that up. Oh, I full screened it. That's why. Done goofed up. All right. Any hoops. All right. Do we got Fancy K? Fancy K. Fancy K. Fancy K's here. All right. Actually, I'm going to go pee real quick, and then we'll dive into Fancy K's tune. No thanks. Thankfully, my restroom's like literally behind this wall over here, so it's very quick. All right, let's dive into this tune.
to the old school. Back to the back. Back to the old school. Back to the back. Back to the back. Back to the back to the back. Back to the old school. Back to the old school. To the old school. Back 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 to the back. To the old school. Back to the back. To the old school. Back to the old school. Back.
Nice. Yeah, super cool sound. Pee pee poo poo. I was expecting exactly this from Francie K. V17 is wild. I plan to have 100 iterations of this. Never publish it. This isn't dubstep though. Back to the wub wub. It's like funky house. Seriously belong in 2002. Reminds me of Breaks but 4 on the floor. They did it a lot back then. Yeah, this is cool. It definitely feels like a throwback kind of tune. Huge sub and kick, which is very nice. I think this is one thing that I noted here. I think a lot, not all of your elements, but a lot of your elements have a little bit too much reverb on them. So it's feeling a little bit too washed out. It's kind of making this like really, really big space where it doesn't entirely feel necessary. It's on the vocals. It's on those little background vocals. The bup, 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 bup. And it's on a couple of other, especially on the drums. The drums have a little bit too much reverb on them, so it's making them kind of washed out a little bit too much. So it kind of just needs to be dialed back a little bit more. What else we got here? Really nice groove overall. I do dig that. I put here feels like a really old school type of sound. I'm not just saying that because of the old school of the vocal. I wasn't influenced by that, not whatsoever. I think the arrangement's very solid. I wouldn't change anything about the arrangement. But I do think that the bass line feels a little bit too simple. I think you can kind of spruce it up a little bit more and get it a little bit more groovy. I'm trying to think of a reference though. And nothing's really coming to mind. I think maybe like You're 40. I would have never guessed. DJ Fix, Lock and Load. Is that a good reference? I wouldn't know because I'm not sure. I haven't really listened to this type of stuff recently, so I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely consider using a reference. DJ Fix, Lock and Load. Maybe that would be a good reference. Actually, let's see. I'm gonna pull that up real quick because I'm curious, just out of pure curiosity. Oh, that's two artists actually. Okay, DJ Fix. Bum 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 bum. Trap Attack. Oh, looks like he's making like hip hop and rap though. Is this the right guy? Dubstep. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But anyways, I'm gonna take your word for it. I would say use DJ Fix and Lock and Load as references, but that's primarily my feedback. I think yeah, some of your elements have a little bit too much reverb on them, so that can be dialed back. And I think the bass line needs to be spruced up a little bit more. It just needs a little bit more of kind of like groove and rhythm to it. Kind of feel a little bit more bouncy. But yeah, that's primarily what I got for you. Other than that, I think this is a pretty cool tune. It gives you kind of like an old school vibe. Good job, Fancy Kate. Hell yeah. All right, we got Doshi. Doshi, Micah, Azer, Vazi, Malkiam, Sheep, Desmoda, New Life, Proxima, Opal. Young Doshi, are you in the chat still? I saw Doshi earlier. Aquí. Estoy aquí. All right, let's do it. Estoy aquí.
I'll never leave you alone. 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 I'll never leave you alone.
Nice one, bruv. Dude, super sick, man. I love me some nice liquid drum and bass. What do we got here? Loving the intro. Really nice arp. Nice arpeggio. Loving the vocal. Very, very simple, but very, very effective. Yeah. Really nice melodies here with all the nice elements. Really nice drums. Love the drums. Really nice transitional elements. Overall, really nice just sound selection overall. So really, really good job on that. I love these pianos in the break section, but I think the pianos can come up ever so slightly. I feel like obviously like the star of the show here is the vocal, as it should be, but I feel like the piano could kind of come up just ever so slightly.
I'll never leave you alone.
Just ever so slightly. And then before each drop, but at the pre-drop, there's a little click. I'm going to show you right now. It's probably just like I think it's probably that drum loop, and that tail end is just not faded off. It's probably just like chopped, like hard cut. So it just needs a little bit of a fade on that last drum beat, and that'll fix it. Super easy, super clean. Loving the drops. Really nice sub. I think the mix overall is fucking super clean. Really nice flow in the drop. I like how you add in all these additional layers, so it's kind of having this nice little build up. And overall, it's super solid arrangement. I think this is basically on that last 5%. It's close to being finished. It just needs those nice little like detail things, and I think it's good to go, man. Very dope tune. Hell yeah. Good job, Doshi. Yeah, no problem, Meow. Meowsenberg. Thanks for coming by. All right. Let's keep moving. We got Micah up next. Yeah, no problem. Excuse me. We got Micah, Azer, Fozzy, Malkiam, Sheep, Desmoda, New Life, Proxima, Opal. We got Micah here still. I saw Micah earlier. Just want to make sure you're still here. Gonna leave you alone. Bee boo boo boo. All right, Micah's here. Let's do it.
You're gonna make me. You're gonna make me share. You're gonna make me share. You're gonna make me. You're gonna make me share. You're gonna make me share.
Nice one. Yeah, I was gonna mention the artwork. It's very appropriate that you have that here there since you work at Casa Bonita. It's actually very funny. Um, made this in 1 hour for a producer challenge, dude. That's actually really sick. That you only made this in an hour. Um, it's funny how that works, man. Sometimes like the tracks that you spend the least amount of time on end up being in like the most like I don't know like they just come together so easily, so quickly, you know? Oh, you got fired? Fuck, that sucks, dude. Whack. That's fucking whack. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. But anyways, I think it's a pretty fucking funny track. Vocal is fucking it's so dumb, but it's like so unique. It like definitely grabs your attention. Really nice bass line, really solid low end. Really cool ear candy. Overall, really cool sound selection overall. The vocal's fucking funny. I really like the flow of this track overall. Super solid arrangement. I love the drop. Really solid groove and low end. I think my biggest piece of feedback here is that in the first drop, I think the top end definitely has room for a really cool melody, especially in this latter section of the drop. And then once I heard the rest of the track, I was like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So when you come into this second break and you introduce that kind of secondary melody, that that's primarily what I was looking for in the first drop. It's really just missing something on the top end there. You don't have to do the same exact thing. Actually, I would recommend that you not do the same exact thing so that we get a little bit of variation. But I think like you can play around with this section here, these last 2 8-bar sections of the first drop, kind of bring in something new to kind of just like layer on top. So we're getting a little bit of variation in there. But I do love the sound that you introduced in the second break, and then it goes into the drop. I think you did a really good job of introducing it and then also kind of keeping it moving forward in the second drop. Yeah, I wrote here, love the incorporation of that sound in the second drop. That's sort of what I was looking for in the first drop. But overall, super dope tune. It's fucking banging. It's cool that you made this in just an hour too. It's a really dope idea. But yeah, I think that's primarily my main piece of feedback is that this first drop just needs a little bit of more spice. A little bit of more spice. In this last like 16 bars. But everything else here is cool. As funny as that vocal is, it fucking works. You're gonna make me shit. Hell yeah. Good job, Micah. All right. Up next, we got Azer. We got Azer in the chat. Azer Midnight Heist. Azer. Azer going once. Yeah, maybe just change the name to You're Gonna Make Me, I think. I think if you're gonna release it, that'll probably be better. All right, I guess Azer's going to the back of the line here. Do we got Fozzie? Fozzie. 90 BPM V2. Obviously, this is a whip. It's only a minute long. Do we got Fozzie in the chat? Waka waka. Waka waka. All right. Doesn't look like Fozzie's here. Let's keep it moving forward. Malkiam. I saw Malkiam just a minute ago. Just say what's up. Malkiam. Oh, Azer's here. All right. I almost skipped you. All right. So Azer, Malkiam, hopefully you're here. You're going to be up next. Then we got Sheep, Desmoda, New Life. Oh, you're Fozzie. No, you're not Fozzie, dude. Shut the fuck up. Proxima, Opal. That's not even your picture, bro. That's not even you. All right, we're going with Azer now.
What if we switch it up?
What the fuck?
Nice one, bruv. Twitch trying to sell me Credit Karma again. Orale, Habibi. The upswing on your clap sounds a bit washy, but this is a dope concept. This is intriguing. Yeah, the melody feels like it's dragging behind the percussion. Honestly, I would crank up the BPM on this. I absolutely 100% agree. I feel like the tempo can definitely be boosted on this track. I would say upwards of like 4 to 5 BPM, honestly. I think we can kind of go a little bit speedier with this tune. What's up, dude? Understand? But yeah, this track feels like it's kind of dragging a bit. I would boost it up upwards of 4 to 5 BPM. I think that might be good. You could even mess around with going a little bit faster than that. I would just kind of, yeah. This is at 117 right now. Yeah, I think we could go up to like 122, even 124 maybe even. Really cool sound selection. My favorite part, honestly, my favorite part of this track is like both breaks. They're very kind of like cinematic, I guess is the best way to put it. I think also what's kind of influencing me is this picture you have right here. I think it's really cool. I really love the break sections. Really cool sound selection there. Lots of like really ethnic sort of sounds and really cool, really interesting stuff there. I was gonna say the low end is a tad bit muddy. I feel like there's a little bit too much crossover between your sub and your mid bass. So I think it needs to be a little bit more separation there so that there's not so much, you know, muddiness on your low end. So just take a look at that in your mix. Yeah, nice break section, very moody, really cool vocals and guitar. I was gonna say these pre-drop vocals here on the first drop feel a little bit off. They don't feel like they actually belong in this track.
What the fuck?
What if we switch it up?
They just kind of just feel like they come out of nowhere, and they kind of feel like they just don't belong really. I like more of what you did on the second pre-drop. I feel like that's definitely more characteristic of this track and this style. I think it's the second pre-drop is probably better done than the first. So I think kind of mimic it, but you don't have to do like a straight copy paste, but I would say kind of mimic the same idea for the first pre-drop. Yeah, really cool drop overall. This one feels more of like a kind of like a groover than like a banger. Thanks for the cheers, young Micah. Yeah, the drop is really dope. It feels more like a groover than a banger per se. Overall, super solid arrangement. I wouldn't change anything about the length of this track. Really cool second break. Again, really dope second break. Really well done there. Mike is just going fucking crazy. And yeah, really like the second drop too. But yeah, the main things here are, I would say boost the tempo. I agree with Proxima on that. Clean up the low end. And I would recommend getting rid of the pre-drop vocals on the first pre-drop. But yeah, overall, well done. Really dig this tune. Really cool sound selection and sound design here. Good job, Azer. Yeah, I mean, definitely play around with it. See if you like it. If you don't, whatever. I mean, it's your tune, you know. Whatever you would like to do with your own music is your what's the word? Dude, Mike is going crazy now. All right. Malkium. Do we got Malkium in the chat? Malkium. Last one, sorry. All right, for sure. All right, I'm going to go pee real quick and then we'll jump into this tune. All right, let's dive in here.
Yeah. I just want to tell y'all a story real quick. About the time when I was young. And if you're still listening, I appreciate you. Sitting down looking at the ceiling. Smoking on some weed, can't feel it. Kick it with the snakes, the chameleons, the fakes, the civilians. I'm just trying to maintain. The damn thing changed with the millions. The lakes, the pavilion, I embrace. I'm just trying to maintain. Yeah. Hey, turn the violins up. Yeah. I'm just trying to stay sane. Yeah. Cut 'em on. Yeah. Okay. Violin speaking in my heartbeat running up fast like an RC. RPMs, left them gone in the wind, straight back to the motherfucking car. Nigga, are we in? Or we out? Let me know. I was sleeping on the couch like a mouse in a hole. Depends on if a nigga get dough. When a nigga get broke, a lot of niggas get low. I done seen it before. I done kicked it with some demons before. Asked the Lord if he could clear all my sins. Took a trip to see the scenes in Laveau. See the scenes in Laveau. Finna ride around this bitch like I seen it before. Had to get all them chips, keep that green in the road. Niggas talking that shit till I sitting down looking at the ceiling. Smoking on some weed, can't feel it. Kick it with the snakes, the chameleons, the fakes, the civilians. I'm just trying to maintain. The damn thing changed with the millions. The lakes, the pavilion, I embrace. I'm just trying to maintain. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to stay sane. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Nice, dude. What a fucking vibe. Yeah, I wasn't aware that this is already like a beat you can just like, you know, just kind of use and like sing over. But regardless, I think it's really well done. I mean, if we're just giving feedback on just the merits of the vocal, I think that if you just did the vocal's fucking fire. It's really well written. I think the delivery is fucking great, and I think it's mixed really well as well. And it fits like right in the pocket of the groove of this tune. If this is something that you like just got from somebody else, you don't have a producer, I mean, that's all good. I think that the you know, the actual instrumental is produced really well wherever you got it from. But we're just gonna basically just give it on the merit of the vocal. The vocal's really well written. I think the processing is really well done as well. It has some really nice space and depth to it, and the lyric writing is really well done as well. I would have liked to hear like a more kind of drawn out song, you know, a little bit more structure. But I think for what this track is, I think it's already really fucking well done. That would be my only piece of feedback. I would have liked basically just a longer version. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, dude, that's really all. That's the only piece of feedback I would give is basically I would have liked to have heard more. It's and I think that's actually really high praise. I think it's really well done already. It's just I wanted to hear more. So yeah, well done. Hell yeah, this was a vibe. All right, up next we got Sheep, then Desmoda, then New Life, then Proxima, then Opal. Okay. No idea what you're doing. That's totally fine. You know, that's what we're here for. We're here to learn. (9 minutes). Okay, if it starts to get like a little bit gratuitous, we can cut it short, but we're gonna get into as much of this as possible because it's kind of a long tune. I don't think I've ever had somebody send me longer than 6 minutes. So I think Desmoda probably sent me like one of the longest tunes I've had on here. So this definitely is the record for 9 minutes.
Because life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. How do I know this? I don't, but I'm making sound, and that's the important thing. That's what I'm here to do. I used to believe that who I was ended at the edge of my skin. That I had been given this little vehicle called a body from which to experience creation. Just a flickering light, a dancing shadow, the great nothing masquerading as something you can name. Then I learned that everything outside the vehicle was part of me too. And now I drive a convertible. Beyond invention and disguise, even beyond effort itself. You can join the game, fight the wars, play with form all you want. But to find real peace, you have to let the armor go. Your need for acceptance can make you invisible in this world. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. Because everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart. Heart. You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. And after you walk through those doors today, you will only ever have two choices, love or fear. Choose love, and don't ever let fear turn you against your playful heart.
Alright, nice, dude. That was a fucking journey there, man. I basically ran out of ideas here. Giving myself a glove show right now. Holy shit. That's funny, man. This is what I feel like when I look at the tapestry on the right. 20 years of smoking weed. You can run 1.5 miles to this song. Yeah, dude, yeah, this is a fucking journey, which is really cool. It almost feels like a melody of like, not like a melody, a medley. Sorry, a medley of multiple tracks. But the transitions are so seamless, so it basically feels like it could just be, you know, one entire track, or it could be like, I think it could also be, if you wanted to, like you could make like a full body of work. And kind of just like split these up into different tracks, but you can kind of do it like, you know, like a concept album, like, you know, like Dark Side of the Moon, where everything kind of just like washes into each other, so you can listen to everything from like start to finish, and it's just like seamless, you know, seamless transitions, seamless changes. Because so far it sounds like already right here, it sounds like 4 different tracks. And I think it would work as like a really cool complete body of work, which is really cool. I'm loving the whole vibe here. The intro is very kind of like it's kind of like down tempo, kind of moody, kind of calm, and then you go into like the second section, I would say like the second song, and it's more like banging, more upbeat. Really cool, really nice low end. I'm loving a lot of the variations, a lot of the glitches you got going on. I think the mix is very clean here too. I think initially what I put here, that the first section sounds like it could be like in a sci-fi movie, but as this like went on more and more, I changed that kind of perspective, and it, like I said, it kind of sounds like it could be a full body of work. Yeah, really cool change ups. Again, the transitions between each section are very seamless. You can split those up if you wanted to. You can make like multiple tracks. Entirely up to you, but this also works as just like one long piece of work. Definitely feels like a story's being told, and I think like the Jim Carrey commencement speech is definitely helping along with that too. But yeah, I've heard that speech before. It's a really cool speech. If you haven't ever listened to it, I would definitely go check it out. But overall, I'm fucking digging the vibes here. I think it's really well done. Again, the transitions are seamless. I love the sound selection, love the variations. Lots of really cool layers going on here. I think my only piece of feedback is just keep doing what you're doing, because it sounds like you're on like a really cool path already. And you just need to keep moving forward with what you're doing. Yeah, very well done, Sheep. I've never had anybody send anything like this into the live stream. So yeah, this is really cool. Definitely worth the 9-minute listen. It's definitely a record on the stream for having a see like and Desmoda right here, right next to you with 7 minutes. Fucking hilarious. All right, let's dive into Desmoda's tune. Sick. All right, that was a dope tune, man. Super solid groove. Let's see what this chat has to say. It's definitely a DJ mix. Sencho and some nasties. Oh, Young Hanu's here. Didn't even see you come in. Hat change up is in progress still. Okay. Those stabs could be slightly pluckier since the response is legato. Next time, nice time to bring the Vox in. Like how it builds, great groove, really nicely done. Does not feel 3 minutes in. That clap seems hot, but it might be my phone. I think the clap was actually okay. I didn't notice it being too hot. It could have been longer tension build and drop 2. Oh yeah, groovy. Is there such thing as Hypnotic House? I'm hypnotized right now. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, this is super dope. You know, and it definitely makes sense why this track is as long as it is. I think primarily what is done very well on this track is a lot of modulation and a lot of variation. So, you know, there's the sound selection here is very minimal, but it's very effective because you're consistently modulating and changing things up. So it basically breaks up a lot of the repetition. So it doesn't sound like just a really long loop. There's a lot of changing up. There's a lot of, you know, like little breaks, little pauses. I think you did a really good job of keeping things kind of moving forward and the momentum and everything. It does definitely get hypnotic. Like you kind of get into like this trance of just like bobbing and weaving, you know? The kick is very thick. I really love the bass line, really solid groove there. Really cool melodies. A lot of the kind of like additional synths work really well to kind of back up that bassline groove. And the drums as well. Love this vocal. Again, it's very simple but very effective. Really nice modulation and variations. The length is, you know, perfect. I you know, obviously I think it's a little bit long for a track, but I think for this style, it's basically, you know, exactly what you kind of want. And I've said this before with like some of the other tunes that you sent in. It definitely has that kind of vibe where, you know, you're kind of like in a desert or in a desert rave or like a forest rave. I feel like you could play this either at nighttime or daytime. I think it would work in either setting. But it definitely has that kind of environment to it, I think. My only piece of feedback, I think, is I think that the transitions could probably use some more effects, maybe some white noise and stuff. Only because, you know, moving from section to section, sometimes it feels like it's kind of just like a very abrupt drop off. So I think we kind of need to be like eased in a little bit. Although you do a really good job with the modulation and kind of like opening filters up and stuff, I think, you know, just going from like, say like a drop into a break, I think it needs a little bit more of like easing into. I think that's basically the only thing that I kind of noticed in this tune. Just a little bit more transitional effects. And you don't need to go crazy with it because this is already kind of like a minimal track. So you don't need to get all these like crazy like risers and droppers and all that stuff. Like even just like some minimal white noise, I think would be good. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. But yeah, very well done, Desmoda. Super vibey tune here. Good job. All right. We got New Life here next. Then we got Proxima. Then we got Opal. I think those are the last three unless we got any other submissions. Oh, we did get more submissions. One sec. Let me just load these up. Dooba-dooba-doop. Yusef. No, Misef. Yusef and Micah. Young Micah. With some rhythm. Turtle. All right. Let's get in it.
feel you now, but I'm starting to figure out, feeling like a calm down. I don't wanna
Nice. Yeah, it definitely feels like a extended edit. I mean, it's really cool. Really fucking vibey. Definitely on like a deep house sort of vibe here. Drums are very nice. I do agree. They're mica. The kick is quite thick, but it definitely feels appropriate for this kind of style, this kind of deep housey vibe, and the bass line really complements that as well. The first thing I noted here, besides the fat kick, was that the open hat feels a little bit too open in the intro. I think if you're working in Ableton, that's a quick and easy thing. If you ever want to turn an open hat into a closed hat, all you got to do is just go to your warp settings. I think the default is beats. Basically, all you got to do is just adjust the little meter that goes from like 0 to 100. You can just bring that little meter down a little bit, and it'll basically what it's going to do is going to shorten the tails, and then turn your open hat kind of like into like a closed hat per se. But yeah, I think what you can do is probably make that open hat a little bit more of a closed sounding hat in the intro. That way, when it comes in the drop section, it has a lot more impact. Because for right now, like it feels like that open hat is just going full force through the whole track. So I think having a little bit of that variation, I think will be very nice, and it'll kind of add into, kind of this kind of build up in sound instead of just going full force the whole time. Really cool sound selection. I'm loving the pad melodies. I'm loving the vocal. Everything really meshes really well together. Everything complements each other really well. Yeah, obviously this is more of an extended edit, extended mix. Sorry, because I put here really nice pad melody. I almost wanted to come sooner, but I realized that this intro part is more of like a DJ mix in, so that's not a big deal. I mean, I think it comes in exactly when it needs to. Really cool vocal and ear candy stuff. Really groovy bass line. I'm loving all the break sections. All the break sections are very nice. They're very moody, very calm, and it's basically like this. It's this really nice contrast between the break and then the drops. The drops just have enough energy to kind of keep things moving forward, and then the breaks are just very kind of calm and moody. Definitely along that deep house vibe here. Really digging the drops here. Really nice vocal. Loving the synth layers. There's some really nice variations here. It's a very interesting arrangement. You have 3 drops here. Well, I guess kind of, yeah, 3 drops. Yeah. But yeah, no, it works. It works. It definitely works. I think it overall, like the transitions between the sections really flow really nicely. I think the only thing that I was probably going to mention is that I would have wanted the vocal to come a little bit sooner, because the vocal doesn't come full force until the actual first drop. There's like some hints of it, some like teases in, but it doesn't actually come in full force until the first drop. I actually would have wanted it to come a little bit sooner in the break.
Don't wanna feel you now, but I'm starting to figure out. Feeling like a
I don't know. I'm going back and forth with it. I think it has a nice impact on the first drop. Maybe there's just a way to kind of tease in the vocal hook a little bit sooner. You know what I mean? You don't have to do the full phrase, but maybe just like a tease of the full phrase. You know, maybe just like a little chop. Just something to think about. I don't know. Because like right now, it does sound pretty good, but I do feel like I want to hear it a little bit sooner. That's just something to play around with. And then, secondly, like I said, just, you know, in the intro and maybe in the outro, kind of make the open hat a little bit more shorter in length. But yeah, overall, really dope tune. I was digging it from beginning to end. Super vibey. Loving the vocal, love the melodies. Really, really dope sound selection. It was a vibe. All right. Good job, Young New Life. All right. I do got to go pee again. I'm sorry. But next we got Proxima, then Opal, then Yusef, then Hanu. Dude, quick Pissington up in this bitch. Honestly, I'm not even mad about that. I'm gonna allow that. I'll allow it. All right, let's do it. Nice. Yeah, really dope little whip so far. At 5 a.m. when all the drugs kick in. Yeah, this definitely like an after hours sort of vibe. Um, so yeah, I don't listen nor do I play techno at all. I don't listen to any techno, to be honest. It's not really my thing, but I do definitely appreciate it as like an art form. Same way I feel about dubstep too. It's not really my thing, but I do appreciate it as an art form. It's really cool though. I love the sound selection. The acid bass is fucking sick. I love the fucking acid bass. All the hats and the drum sounds are very crispy, very clean. Um, same here, same here for rhythm. Yeah, I feel the same way about rhythm too. Um, but yeah, really cool idea so far. Obviously it's a whip. My only thing I think my only piece of feedback is I feel like the kick does not have enough low end, especially for techno. I feel like it needs to be kind of just like rumbling. You kind of have like the idea of it, but it feels like it's just missing that bottom end. Kind of just like feeling it in the floor. Um, and I feel maybe that's just like the kick is kind of just maybe just being cut a little bit too much, or what have you. But yeah, we're missing some more of that low end, some of that thickness. That booty. That's what we need. Other than that, I think it's a really solid idea. I think it's definitely going in a really cool direction. Um, yeah, I would say just keep doing what you're doing on this tune. Keep heading in the direction you're going. It's already a really cool, strong foundation. Good job, Proxima. All right, do we got Opal? Opal, Opal. There's another short little whip here, 2 minutes. Yes, sir. All right, let's give this a listen. Nice one. Dude, fucking sick, man. The sound design goes fucking crazy. Oh yeah, this I like. Where did I put my shrooms? This is really well made. The automations are crazy. Great stuff, mate. Yeah, this is fucking sick. Overall, really great sound selection, really great sound design. Loving all the little like glitches and ear candy stuff. Loving the melody and the background ambient noise, and especially love the piano. It's very kind of like washed out, but like if it definitely feels like it's in the right space. Like it feels like it's like very very far in the back of like a piano hall or something. Very nice, very moody. And Desmoda just right on time. I absolutely agree. It's fucking cool as shit, but I was needing some sort of payoff. So this feels like it's building up, but I need some sort of like fat like drop something. I need something for I need it to release and to pay off. So far, it's like really cool sound design. It's really really fucking cool. But it needs to kind of lead into something. So yeah, that's really all it's missing. It's missing some sort of payoff, release. Yeah. But overall, like I said, really fucking great sound design. I have like the full confidence that you're gonna be able to kind of lead this into something. Very well done, Opal. Really sick. Really cool idea. Hell yeah, brother. All right. We got Yusef and then Hanu to finish up the night. Yeah, no prob. We got Yusef in the chat. Yusef, just say what's up. Say what's up. Say what's up. Hey. Hey.
My mama said be careful what you wish for. Your mind can do more damage than a pistol. And you're way too competitive to know enough is enough, is enough, it's enough, it's a. Now everything that's shining is a crystal. You gotta find the balance to be blissful. You're compelled by your nasty impulse. Be the one, be the one, be the one, be the. I chose to live this way. Don't got the time to have regrets. I'm close to being sane. The grind is distracting, I forget. Thriving to be the greatest. Hoping I climb for crashing fall. I'm walking on hot coal like it's a game. Wasting the time before I feel the pain. Chasing a distant dream with hope. I guess that I'm addicted and I like it. Riding like a Barbie dog, I'm too obsessed. They tell me that I'm gifted and enlightened. I guess the curse is hidden well enough when you're too invested. I can't tell the difference but the good and the bad. If this don't make me miserable, it's gonna make me mad. All this best is for you to know my name. I'm too specific, scripture hieroglyphic. Older than a mummy, but bolder than the living. Chose to chase the money and goal to be prolific. The cost is not important now. My goals are mythical height, not here to visit or go by as a guest at that site. I'm breaking limits like Gojo with the limitless door. Know what my limit is, exhausted, but I cannot stop. And some days, all it takes for me and sleep to meet is blink. My dumb ways gonna break me. It's a race, so I don't think. And no way, it'll cross my mind that I give up all for. I'm walking on hot coal like it's a game. Wasting the time before I feel the pain. Chasing a distant dream with hope. I guess that I'm addicted and I like it. Riding like a Barbie dog, I'm too obsessed. They tell me that I'm gifted and enlightened. I guess the curse is hidden well enough when you're too invested. I can't tell the difference but the good and the bad. If this don't make me miserable, it's gonna make me mad. All this best is for you to know mine. I guess that I'm addicted and I like it. Riding like a Barbie dog, I'm too obsessed. They tell me that I'm gifted and enlightened. I guess the curse is hidden well enough when you're too invested. I can't tell the difference but the good and the bad. If this don't make me miserable, it's gonna make me mad. All this best is for you to know my name.
Damn, dude. Fucking song goes crazy, man. I really I have no notes. I have nothing that I would say to change in this track. I think it's just a really fucking well done track. Songwriting is absolutely like immaculate. Yeah, it's super cool. Really nice vocal. The vocal delivery and then the vocal processing are very well done. All the instrumentation and the swing is very, very nice. It's a really easy listen to from start to finish. Flow is like very, very immaculate. Mix is super clean. The transitions are seamless. Really, like I said, I have no notes. I think it's a really fucking really well done track. A plus plus. Really, really good job, Yusef. I wish I had feedback for you, but it's it's fucking good. Killed it. All right, we're on the last one of the night from the man's Hanu. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about going to Space Yacht tomorrow, but yeah, it depends. I'm supposed to go somewhere else beforehand, so I guess it just depends on how late. We shall see. I'm thinking about it though. I'm leaning into it. All right, but yeah, this is the last one of the night from the man's Hanu.
Female green approaches the coast. In the light of day, the young are extremely vulnerable. They must get to the sea as soon as possible. Resting on the sandy seafloor, awaiting the darkness of night, Monica is safe.
This is on it.
During the next 20 years, the vast majority will inevitably die. But those that survive will eventually, as their mothers did before them, return to the very same beach.
The Turtle Club.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Nope.
Turtle.
Nice. Lots of fucking energy here. Again, like I mentioned earlier, like I'm probably the wrong person to ask for feedback on like dubstep or rhythm because I just don't listen to it enough to like give like direct feedback. But I mean, I'm just gonna speak to it from like just like a regular like songwriting standpoint. Overall, it's a fucking banging tune. I will say that. Really cool sound selection, Really cool sound design. I was really surprised with the David Attenborough, but it makes sense with like your brand and like the turtles and everything. Makes total sense. Really fat drop, really sick sound design. Very clean mix overall. Obviously, like for this style of music, you want your kick and your snare to like punch through, and they're definitely doing their job. Really cool sound design, like I said. Super solid arrangement. And lots of really cool energy in the drop. David knows best. I like the processing on his vocal too. It makes him kind of sound like, off in the distance, but also kind of a little bit more ominous and spooky, I think if I was to be like picky about this, the only thing that I would probably, give feedback on is maybe that David needs to kind of come up in the mix a little bit more, only because he sounds kind of like pushed down in the mix a little bit more. So I think he just needs to come up a little bit, just a touch, so he's just a little bit more audible. But that's about it. I think that's the only thing that I could probably give feedback on. I think everything else sounds great. I think the mix overall is very well balanced. Hell yeah. Very dope tune. Good job, Hanu. Yeah, I'll let you know if I come through tomorrow. It really just depends on when I finish up this other thing I got to do. All right, that was the last one of the night. We're gonna call it quits now. But yeah, thanks to everybody who joined the stream today. Thanks for sending in all the really sick music. I hope my feedback was helpful and useful to you guys. I'm going to be back again next Monday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific. So feel free to shoot more music over. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night and the rest of your week. I will see you back again next week. Have a good one. Peace.